Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another episode here on the AM Affirmation Space on our YouTube channel, where we come here to share affirmations, to drop some gems, to talk to each other. Listen, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications so you know when
You
these
got it,
episodes
Marcy.
are dropping. Y'all, we are challenged with pointing in the right direction. so, but we just want to remind you to make sure that you subscribe to this channel, the AM Affirmation Space, for myself, Clivia, and Marcy. We come together here weekly to drop some gems, to share some affirmations, to share our wisdom, because we believe that we have something to say and we want you to hear about it. So once again, welcome affirmers to our next episode. This is our final installment for the series, Your Feminine Energy, that Miss Marcy has been taking the lead. But before I get to all that, my name, just in case you don't know who I am Karen Fairweather. I'm also known as the Affirmation Whisperer in these streets. My co-hosts, I have beautiful co-hosts that have been riding with me for a while. And I love them for doing so. So Miss Marcy of Marcy Moments, she is on Facebook, she's on IG. She's also on a podcast on Thursday evenings with Thursday Therapy, where all things mindset are discussed. So make sure you follow her on all platforms. And then, of course, there's the chosen one, Miss Clivia, hashtag her story. Listen, this episode, we're recording it before, but this will be premiering on her birthday. So make sure you all put some comments of happy birthday to Miss Clivia, hashtag her chosen story. She too has a podcast where she invites women to be guests on her show to share their story, because we all have so much that we can share with the world, and she has a platform just for that. So individually and collectively, we come together to make an impact on this world, right? So without any further ado, I'm going to hand this back to Miss Marcy. So Miss Marcy, take it away.
First, I have to say happy birthday to my co-host, the beautiful Clivia. Thank you for everything that you pour into us, from being just everything, because you are absolutely just a joy, and you have taught me so much. So I appreciate you.
Yes, happy birthday, Miss Clivia.
Thank you. I received that. Thank you, ladies.
You're more than welcome. So listen, because it's her birthday, we want to know what makes you feel sexy.
Oh boy. And all right, well, I mean, I don't have it on today, but I love me some good red lipstick.
You have some of the best red lipstick too. And I love red lipstick, but you wear it so well.
Yeah, you do. So tell us the tea. What brand is it? What's the name of the color? Everything. Tell us the tea.
Honestly, I like shopping local. So there is a nice brand. There's Kerry Cosmetics, and that's cosmetics with a K. She has a very nice matted. I love matte. Recently started using lip gloss, but I love matte lipstick. So Kerry Cosmetics, that's a local small business. There's also Cherry Bees. I met her at a farmer's market. She has some nice shades of red. But for popular red matted, there's Ruby Woo. I believe that's MAC. And then Fenty also has a beautiful shade of red.
So really, I haven't tried Fenty's red yet.
Yes. And yeah, I'm excited. I actually did a sample. So now that it's my birthday, I plan on blessing myself so I can feel a little more sexy with some Fenty. And of course,
we're going to make sure those local vendors are shared in the comments, in the notes, in the show notes. So if someone wants to solicit that red from them, they can.
Yes.
Maybe they'll sponsor an episode and we all show up in there.
Hello.
Red lipstick. There you go. Just a little plug.
Listen, let's get in contact with them.
Yes, right. Absolutely.
But with this being the last episode in this series, but definitely not the last of its kind, you know, what makes you feel sexy? You know, sexy is the ultimately what aligns with your personal preference and what makes you feel most connected to your confidence,
Yes.
and what makes you feel alluring. Feeling sexy is profoundly personal and varies from person to person, but it often ties into your confidence. Now, you know, this is a word that we use in a lot of our shows. Confidence. It's your confidence, it's your self-care, it's your connecting with your oneself, okay, and others. Now, just real quick, here are a few examples of how you can feel sexy, feeling confident about yourself. The clothes you wear.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah.
Taking care of yourself.
Yes.
Self-care.
Self-care.
Okay.
Yes.
Connecting with your body, knowing your own body. Just, oh,
So
and
cute.
and scent. You know, I am a big oil lady. Ooh, I just went and spend a lot of money at the somewhere I shouldn't have, but and
I love that.
and being desired, which is the desire from within,
Yes.
and you have to create expression. Now,
Yes.
and you gonna say, well, yeah, that's what you said the last time. Guess what? We said it this time too, because this is something that needs to be drilled into us because of the
Yes.
simple fact, those 7 things that I just said, growing up, 99, I'm gonna say 90, because 10% of us had some good childhood. I'm not one of them, but 90% of us, especially the confidence,
Yeah.
and the taking care of yourself, because
Yeah.
and we've talked about this, the S on your the cape, you know, taking care of everybody
Yeah.
else, you take care of yourself. Let's change that. And it's not being selfish, because I don't have the right stat, but who has heart attacks the most?
Yes.
Yeah.
We want to save everybody, but ain't
Right.
nobody here to save us. So
Yeah.
guess what?
Yeah.
Self-care. Okay.
Yes.
And touching yourself, that's something, like I said, that's gonna be something that we're really gonna dig deep into, because that was something we was told not to do.
It was one of those forbidden things when we
It
were
was
growing up.
forbidden, right? But here's the thing. A lot of time, and I know if you do yoga, that some of that will let you break free of some of those traditional mindsets that we've been trapped in. I'm gonna say trapped. Okay.
Right.
But you know what? That's heavy stuff. But right now we're gonna get back to, hey, I'm feeling sexy.
Yes.
Sexy. And I know for me, when it says creative expression, dance is one of my things that I love. Like, I'm not gonna say that I'm a good dancer, but I love to dance.
I love
Okay.
it. Yes.
So that's definitely something. And dance like there's no one looking
Nobody
at
watching.
you.
That's right.
Okay, dance, just let it go, because of
Yes.
the simple fact, when you're, and it's methodical, because when you're dancing, and dance barefooted when you can, because then that allows you to connect with the earth. And as you're connecting with the earth, and all of that is coming from the bottom up to your fingertips to your head. And yes. Okay, I just got carried away with this episode. Feeling sexy.
You know what song just came to
That's
mind
right.
and we had a pre-show conversation about this of feeling sexy at any age, but because the three of us fall into this category, 40 and up, right? How sometimes the world tells us that only the younger ones are supposed to look and feel and act sexy, when that's not true. At any age, you can feel sexy. But Miss Marcy says something very pivotal about us being able to tap inwardly, right?
Yeah.
Are you taking the time to care for your body? Are you taking the time to touch every part of your body? I have had conversations over the years of women saying how Miss Marcy was saying they were taught not to touch their bodies. And I'm not saying in a lewd way, and I don't know that there's such a thing as touching yourself in a lewd way, but just touching your body, stroking your arms, your neck, and elsewhere, and feeling that touch, understanding what that touch means for you. Because how we gonna teach someone else how to take care of us if we don't know for ourselves that touching my elbow makes me shiver a little bit, right? How we gonna know that if we don't do it ourselves? How we gonna know that if somebody brushes the back of my legs, it makes me fall a little weak sometimes? How we gonna know that if I don't do it myself? Right? You see what I'm saying? If you don't do these things yourself, how are you going to be able to teach somebody else or the person these some people approach us and they're very touchy-feely. We don't want them touching those certain areas of our bodies, but how will we know if we don't touch ourselves? So Ms. Marcy, when you say that about touching ourselves, I think we need to see that in a non perverted way, because we've been taught that when you do that, that you're a pervert. Now, come on, let's be honest about it, right? When we were young, right? When we were younger, don't you do that? That's nasty. Don't you do that? When that's not true. That is not true.
And you know what? This is so crazy. So I have an event to go to later on. So I came home, took a shower, and I did a scrub early this morning, a mirth and something scrub. And I was like, oh, when I put on my shea butter, because I can only use shea butter on this beautiful chocolate skin.
I love it.
I was like, oh, my skin is really soft. But later on, I'm rushing, right? But I took the time to realize, wow, I'm like, wait a minute. These legs is soft. Wait, these arms
exactly.
So, I mean, and that's what we're talking about. And not only that kicks in my self-confidence, that's part of taking care of myself. That's part of connecting with your body.
Yes.
And of course, I put on my oil, so that's my scent. But that's also part of being desired, because when I touch my leg, I'm like, oh, he gonna have it the way he gonna really love touching my leg. So, and when, especially the word confident, because the word confidence is always going to be in our conversation. But did you see just how me taking the time to realize how soft my legs were, how all 7 of these things connected at one time?
Yes.
And like I said, I did it this morning, but I was like, oh, okay, let me go ahead and get ready for work. But when I did it this afternoon, even though I was still in a rush, I took that time out to appreciate. Like, wow, since I'm ready to take another shower, a bath, so I can just lotion myself up. I'm like, oh, I enjoyed really putting my shea butter on, because I'm so extra soft.
I love that. I wanted to share, even on another note of, let's say, feeling ourselves. I remember interviewing someone back in 2021, breast cancer survivor. She was in her 20s, living at home. It was her and her mom. And it was because she took the time to, whether it was caressing herself, she noticed something was abnormal. So even in the midst of feeling sexy, sometimes it's just something that we should do as women, and men too, because men can, feel things that may seem out of place. So it's okay to discover these things, because you can also, there's a saying in the Caribbean, but I believe we say it here too, prevention is better than cure, right? So if you can prevent something easier than trying to cure it, feel yourself. And I remember even attending a oil workshop, and I forgot what the ingredients were. I know vanilla was part of it. And the name of the oil, I named it all the feelings. So sometimes even before bed, like you just shared, after showering, I'll just put it right here. And I'm like, all the feelings, just all the good feelings. So oil is my go-to as well when I want to just feel that extra sexiness.
Yeah, oils and butters. Oils and butters are my go. I haven't bought a per se perfume in years. I have some that were, pretty, the what should I say, the authentic perfumes that I still have because they were free of all the garbage. But body butters and oils are my go-to. Usually on a Sunday afternoon, I will just do a whole spa treatment for myself. And there's nothing like having some music going or just candles in the quiet going and taking your time to just lather your entire body with body butters or oils or what have you, and just appreciating every part of you, your toes and your legs and your ankles and everything, and not being judgmental, because we have to be careful about that, right, Miss Marcy? Because we'll get to a spot, ooh, Lord, I can't stand the way that looks. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Feeling sexy, baby. We feeling
exactly
sexy.
feeling sexy. And you mentioned about I think earlier you said something about what you wear, and the immediate imagery I had is of something flowy. I like wearing dusters. I really do like wearing dusters because they have such a flow to them. That Marilyn Monroe and that era where they had the dusters on and the big arms that just kind of flow and float when you move. I love that look. So
me too.
Doing a Sunday afternoon spa treatment and then putting on one of my flow pieces and walking through the house like was it Diana Ross? You know how Diana Ross used to wear that too, right? Nothing like it. I'm so in my sexiness at that moment because I feel good because I just took care of my body. And don't let me have gone and worked out that day too. Oh, that then we're on and popping. If I'd worked out too, look. Listen, got the hair up, in a crown and feeling my absolute sexy. But even with all that, if I didn't have it in my mind and in my heart of myself, loving myself, that no matter what I did externally, it would be momentary. That high would be momentary. But it's because I've been doing the work, that high is long. I take it to bed with me. Sometimes wake up the next morning with it because I did all the things to highlight my sexiness. Because I think once we've captured it, it's there. But sometimes we just highlight it, by wearing all the sexy.
And like I said before, it varies from person to person.
It does.
Because the way K-Ron's sexiness is, and I love what she does, and the way Clivia does it is different the way I do it. But guess what? Each one of us do it perfect in our own right. So there's no wrong or right way to do your feeling sexy, but it has to be embedded with your confidence, with taking care of yourself, with I will say sense, with being desired within yourself and being creative. And it was another one in here. Oh, and connecting with your body, because you can't feel you're sexy when you can't connect to your body. It's just like you can't say you sexy. Just like if your phone is dead, it can't say it's working because it ain't got no juice in it. Right. So with all of those ingredients connected together,
keep that juice flowing.
Yes, that's when you can you flow and I'll say this because of my journey. I see now that I flow differently.
Yes.
I had somebody to come to me and say, you know what, Marcy, when you walk, you glide. I said, I do. She said, yeah, you just glide. And I didn't even realize I was gliding because
that's beautiful.
I had all that confidence. So I flow and I'm gliding as I go through this life. Everything is not perfect. No, but I am perfect in my imperfection.
Yes, I love that.
I love that about me.
I'm gonna can I just interject right there where you said perfectly imperfect. I'm sorry, I froze on my end. Perfectly imperfect. Talking about bodies, right? Sometimes looking in the mirror is like, oh, okay, stretch marks here, little loose skin here. When I get my girdle on, and my sister laughs at me, she's like, you still use girdles? I'm like, I do. And sometimes I even use a slip, underslip, because I know the image I want to see. Yes, I do. Call me granny if you want, but I'm a sexy granny. But once my girdle is on and I got I put my dress on and I shave my legs because sometimes I don't feel to, and I'm still sexy whether I do or not. Yeah. But when I, show my legs and I'm wearing my girdle and I got that dress on, nobody could tell.
You know what, Miss Clivia, let me tell you, they don't call them girdles anymore. They call them Spanx.
What they call them?
They call them Spanx.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got your Spanx on.
My Spanx. Thanks.
So you just got to change the verbiage. That's all.
There you go.
They'll call them Spanx.
My girdle.
I haven't heard that term in a long time.
With you, I was going with you, sis, but you're right. It is the same.
Thank you.
Wait, she said a slip. I had to think, do I even own a slip anymore?
Yeah, I know.
I own a whole slip and a half a slip.
Look, my mother just damned me to hell because I was like, slips have never been a part of my DNA. Never.
I make it look sexy.
But because guess what? That's why sexiness varies from person to person, and that's what makes your sexy. You're sexy, and nobody can duplicate it.
That's right.
It's your individual
That's why you better
journey.
spank it and slip it up, baby. If that's what makes you feel good, shoot.
That's right.
I'm over here being a heathen.
I'm gonna snap to that.
Now I'm gonna spank it up because I need to suck it up, but I ain't putting no slip on because you're gonna see what you see.
Listen, speaking of clothes, during the winter, I love winter attire. I absolutely adore winter attire. The sweaters and the jackets and the scarves. And don't talk about the boots. I got about 8 pair of boots in there I'm trying to wear this season. Wow. So because I love a sophisticated, clean winter look, with the jacket and just my skin is absolutely even more phenomenal during the winter because I'm not sweating like something's wrong because it's so cold. But during the winter to put on, because when I used to travel a lot in the different areas, especially the Northeast, I had to get a collection of coats. So I have like floor length coats, I have wool coats, I have different versions of coats, I have Parkers and things of that nature. And there's nothing like me getting dressed and putting on my red. I have a beautiful red wool coat that comes down to my knees, and it's one of those kinds that kind of flare out, the A-line type jacket, and it has a belt that you tie in the center, and it has the hood that kind of flares out on the side, so I can put it with my hair just kind of laying in the gullet of the hood. I absolutely listen. Saturday, I'm gonna be going all day because everybody gonna see this look. Because everybody gonna see this look because it's just something about the color red that really ignites me. Tangerine orange, no matter what time of the year it is. I love this color here because it is truly my color. Right. So clothing absolutely ignites me. But as I said before, if I'm not genuinely feeling that, as soon as I take those clothes off, that feeling of sexiness is going to go away because I'm allowing the clothes to define my sexiness. But when I have my sexiness within me, the clothes help to highlight what I already got. It's not making it for me. It's highlighting what I already. It's like when we put makeup on, right? We put makeup on to highlight what we already have. Now, no shade to those that create their look with makeup. That's on you. However, for those of us that just wear it to just kind of highlight our eyes or highlight our cheeks or those beautiful red lips, is to bring out what we already have and to give it a little extra so that you sure enough gonna see these eyes today because I got my lashes on today, or my mascara on today, or my red lipstick today. You're just emphasizing it, but again, it must come from the inside. And the song by Justin, not Justin, is it Justin? Yeah, Get My Sexy Back. It's an old song.
Justin Timberlake, yeah. I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah.
Get my sexy back, right? That song I love the song. It's an old. I really love that song. but it talks about getting your sexy back. So if any of our audience are at a place where you're not you're not
Yes.
feeling sexy, take these steps. These steps, as Miss Marcy just offered, to get your sexy back. So let me get this back to Miss Marcy, because we're getting to the end about our going to circle back around.
So this episode is how to feel sexy with
Yes.
your confidence
All the things.
and your clothing taking care of yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. And connecting with your body.
Yeah. All it
Yes.
entails. That's right.
Now, this is my favorite one. Since wearing a fragrance that you love and draws positive attention can invoke feelings of attraction and allure.
Allure.
Yes. So demure.
Yes. And being desirable to
Yes.
yourself.
Mhm.
And of course, you got to create expression.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love
Now,
Love
one
those.
thing I want to say, like another thing that I do to just tap into this femininity is I keep honey in my bathroom. And after I take a shower, like take my shower,
Mm-hmm.
I rub honey on myself. And
Mm.
as I rub honey on myself, I also say affirmations.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. I from foot all the way up until I'm touching my crown. And I say affirmations, I pray, and I affirm myself, because here is as I'm connecting to with the water, saying prayers and affirmation. How else should you start your day?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
No better way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Fantastic.
yeah, keep
So
a
as
little
we get
honey in the bathroom.
right,
I
listen,
love
as we
that.
get ready to do these affirmations, I wanted to say real quick though, make sure as you listen to this episode, y'all, in the episode the two before, three before, write down some of these tips that have been shared here. And Miss Marcy had gave us an assignment of speaking well about ourselves, to create that book, to write that book about ourselves with those
Yes.
comments of those sentences saying something nice about yourself. So make sure that you're sharing those with us. Or
Yes.
if you don't want to share, you don't have to share, but just make sure you're putting them
Doing it
into
for yourself.
practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, putting into practice some of these tips that have been dropped in this 4-part series. So with that being said, we're going to get to our affirmations and our scripture, and then we're going to wrap this series up, y'all. So for me, my affirmation is I embrace my feminine energy with grace, knowing I am worthy of love, especially loving myself. My self-love shines
Mhm.
what? Outwardly,
Outward. That's right.
reflecting in everything that I do. Thank you for that. Oh, yes.
Ashe, ashe.
Ashe.
For me, my energy is captivating and my
Mm-hmm.
presence is unforgettable.
Yes.
Ashe.
I love it. And I am fearfully and wonderfully made by God. No errors here.
Ashe.
Amen. Amen.
And the scripture coincides with that. I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well, very well. I'm confident
Amen.
about that.
Ashe. Thank you,
Amen.
God, for
Yes.
knowing me. Yes.
All right, y'all. Yet another amazing episode. And I pray that the other affirmers here are doing a few things, that you are subscribing and you are sharing this channel, and that you're writing down some notes, and that you are sharing with us your
Yes.
comments about this channel. We need you guys to help us grow this community, and we're counting on you for that. If you want to reach out to us, you see that our email address up there. Feel free to use them to reach out to us, and follow us on all the platforms, because individually and collectively, we are out here sharing what we know to do with the world, and we want you to be a part of it. So myself, Miss Clivia, and Miss Marcy, make sure you follow us on all the platforms so that you can be there for what we have to share. And now, Miss Marcy, what's that thing that we say at the end of every one of our episodes?
If you you are your first priority.
That's it.
So act like it. I was getting ready to do the remix.
Exactly. I thought we had a new ending there for a moment.
I went like this, and I'm like,
all right, you guys. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Peace and blessings to everybody.